In the endless silence between the stars, a lone traveler moves, Voyager 2, our far-flung sentinel at the edge of the unknown. For years, it's been our solitary envoy, gliding past massive planets and their moons, now venturing through the uncharted expanse beyond our solar system. We believed its passage was uneventful. We were mistaken. On September 6, 2025, an unexpected transmission reached Earth. A faint murmur from the abyss, a signal destined to upend everything we thought we knew. The signal was barely perceptible, just a whisper amid cosmic static, taking more than 23 hours to traverse the gulf between Voyager 2 and us. Even light, the universe's speed limit, needs nearly a full day to bridge the distance from Voyager 2 to Earth. The message was picked up by the Deep Space Network, a global array of enormous radio dishes. Initially, engineers suspected a malfunction, perhaps interference from a solar flare or simply the probe's age catching up with it. But then, a pattern emerged, intentional, intelligent, and deeply unsettling. Dr. Eris Thorne, working late in a shadowy control room, noticed the anomaly, pulses and rhythms unlike any known communication. His pulse quickened. He alerted his supervisor. The control room quickly filled with urgent conversation and tense anticipation. Something had happened to Voyager 2. Or perhaps something had discovered it. This wasn't a routine check-in or a snapshot of a distant world. The transmission was intricate, multi-layered, almost organic in its complexity. It felt as if the probe was trying to communicate, a message, a warning, encoded in the data. Our silent explorer had encountered something in the cosmic darkness, and whatever it was, it had used Voyager 2 to reach out to us. The murmur from the void had finally reached Earth. We stood on the brink of discovering what it meant. To understand the message, you have to understand the messenger. Voyager 2, launched in 1977, was sent on a grand tour of the outer planets: Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. It's about the size of a small car, powered by a nuclear battery that's kept it alive for nearly 50 years. It carries scientific instruments and the golden record, a gold-plated disc with sounds and images from Earth. Voyager 2 gave us our first close-up views of Uranus and Neptune, discovered new moons and rings, and revealed volcanic worlds and thick atmospheres. Every bit of data rewrote our textbooks, transforming points of light into a complex family of worlds. After Neptune, its mission changed, reach interstellar space. In 2018 it crossed the heliopause, leaving the sun's protective bubble. Only its twin, Voyager 1, had done so before. Voyager 2 became our emissary to the galaxy, carrying our music, greetings, and hopes. For years it sent back data about the unknown. Until the day it sent something unexpected, something not from us at all. The day the message arrived, NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab was monitoring faint signals as usual. Voyager 2's signal is incredibly weak, traveling over 14 billion miles, like hearing a whisper from across a continent. Massive antennas catch this whisper, assembling data bit by bit. But this time, the signal's carrier wave was fluctuating in a strange, unfamiliar pattern. It was as if a new voice had cut in, speaking a language we didn't recognize. Diagnostics showed the hardware was fine, the signal itself had changed. The anomalous segment lasted just under 4 minutes but contained more data than Voyager usually sends in a week. The structure was clear and organized, a message. Security experts checked for hacks or interference. The signal came directly from Voyager's known position. The conclusion: something in interstellar space had found our probe, analyzed our technology, and used it to speak to us. The universe was no longer silent, it was talking back. Dr. Thorne's team began decoding the signal. It wasn't binary code, but a complex waveform like seismic waves or brain patterns. It was analog data, encoded with incredible density, an entire library in a single vibration. Every decryption algorithm failed, the signal remained gibberish. Weeks passed, the secret burned in the scientific community. Then, Dr. Lena Petrova noticed the waveform resembled chemical signals plants use to warn each other, stress and survival. They stopped reading it as language and started reading it as biology. Mapping frequencies to environmental markers, the gibberish began to make sense. It was a diagnostic report, a scan of a planetary system, but not ours. The data described a different star, a different set of planets. The story it told was terrifying, a recording of a planet's death. The data was a timeline, starting with a world like Earth, with oceans and a thick atmosphere. It showed the rise of industrial pollutants, a gradual warming, then runaway feedback loops, melting ice, methane release, acidifying oceans. The waveform grew frantic, the sound of a biosphere collapsing. It was a recording of an apocalypse sent across the stars. The decoded message was a ghost story, a civilization's history told through the vital signs of their planet. No words or pictures, just raw data, a world once vibrant, now doomed. The early transmission showed a stable, thriving ecosystem. Then, the chemical signature of industrialization appeared, carbon in the air, heavy metals in the oceans. The changes were slow, spanning centuries. This civilization was intelligent, but didn't understand the consequences of their actions. The most chilling part: the great acceleration. The planet's systems collapsed, temperatures spiked, oceans boiled, the atmosphere was stripped away. The final data points showed a barren, dead world. No explanation, no plea, just evidence. The aliens found our probe, saw our green Earth, and sent the only thing that mattered, a record of their own failure. They sent us a warning. When the findings went public, the reaction was explosive. The news wasn't just about alien life, it was about the content of their message. For decades, we'd wondered why the universe seemed silent. This message offered a grim answer: maybe civilizations destroy themselves. Climate scientists saw their worst-case scenarios played out in alien data. The parallels to Earth were undeniable: pollution, feedback loops, planetary collapse. It was like receiving the black box from a crash we're still experiencing. The data was a gift, but a horrifying one. The public felt awe, fear, disbelief. The message forced us to confront our own vulnerability. Suddenly, climate change wasn't abstract, it was an existential threat already played out elsewhere. The alien message gave us a glimpse of our own possible future. Why does this discovery matter? Because it holds up a mirror to our own civilization. The message wasn't about aliens, it was about us, and the path we're on. The alien data gave us a roadmap showing the destination, a dead world. It's a terrible burden, but also a powerful tool. Imagine a doctor showing you an X-ray. This is what happens if the disease is left untreated. But you still have time to change. The Voyager message is that X-ray. The alien civilization is the patient who waited too long. We are the patient with a chance. Now we know the stakes. The choice is ours. The message reframes our existence. We are all crew on a single spaceship called Earth, and the life support is failing. The stars are a mirror, showing us our potential end, but also our capacity for change. The civilization that perished sent us their story, hoping to save another. Their final act was selfless communication, a chance they no longer had. Our goal is no longer just to explore the stars, but to build a civilization worthy of surviving on the one planet we call home. In the end, this story is about listening. For millennia, we've wondered about the stars, sending greetings into the void. We never imagined the first real message would be a warning. We must keep listening, not out of fear, but to learn. Ignorance is not bliss, it's a death sentence. The universe isn't required to comfort us, it simply is. Listening to space is about understanding our place, learning the rules of the cosmic game. The laws that doomed that distant world govern ours too. By studying other worlds, we learn about ourselves. The Voyager message was a tragedy, but also an act of hope. A dying civilization reached out, not with despair, but with data, with a lesson. The final frontier isn't space, it's learning to live sustainably on a planet with limits. The cosmic conversation has begun. It started with a whisper from a dying world. Now it's our turn to answer, with our actions, here on Earth.